Oh my god, these flies, man. Oof. Come on, give me a break. How are you guys going today? If this is your first time joining this channel, you're welcome. And today we'll be talking about how is life in Australia, or what you expect when you come to Australia. All right. I know a lot of people have done this kind of stuff, but as a, like I don't think I haven't seen anyone, a guy who has done this. Maybe a few, but I don't think there's a lot of black people who have done this kind of story, especially who are from Africa. So stay tuned, and I'll give you more stories about what to expect when you come to the land down under. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back. First of all, it is 8:03 and it is sunny. All right, this is in summer, so you will expect sunset to go a little bit later, till about maybe 9. Sometimes it's been going till around 9. So it's 8:03 right now, p.m. And where I come from, back in Africa, usually it's around it's at this time it's of course dark. So if you're watching this, I'm sure you must be maybe a Kenyan, Ugandan, Zimbabwean, you're from Congo, Cameroon, wherever you're watching from. But otherwise, if you're watching this and you're from anywhere else in the world, please, you're welcome. First of all, if you don't know my name is Julian, and this is my channel, and my channel is all about making fun stories, learning something, and basically sharing my life story and whatnot. So the topic for today is how is life in Australia, first of all, as a foreigner, okay? As you all know, this is a white man's land. Uh, Let me not say white man's land, okay, because there's Aboriginal people who are the first owners of this land, but majority of the people here are Caucasians. And I'll first of all apologize. Excuse me, these flies, man. I will not have a particular order with what I'm going to share with you guys. I'll just be sharing with you guys of things that I've experienced myself here as an African, or as a Kenyan, to be precise. And maybe if it's gonna be helpful to you if you're planning to come here, or if you planning to move here with your family, or you're planning to come here and study. I won't go into much about studying here because I don't think I'm the right person for that, because I didn't come here to study. I came here as a family, with my family to be precise, and I'll be just sharing with you guys what you expect here. Number one, life here is not easy, guys. Life here is not easy, man. I hope, second of all, I hope you guys are enjoying my background, and you like my new home, or my brand new house. Anyway, life here is not easy, guys. Usually, a lot of people think when you go abroad that life is milk and honey. Life here is not that easy, guys. You have to really work hard, okay? So you find out that here the bills, man, you have to pay a lot of bills. First of all, if you have a car, you have to pay for your insurance, you have to pay for your registration, you have to pay for petrol, and of course nowadays petrol is going so expensive. If you want to travel by transport, of course, I don't think personally the public transport here is the easiest. If you're in the city, like in Melbourne, it's not that easy for you to travel, like from plan A to plan B. You have to maybe catch a train or catch a taxi to the train station if you're living like in the middle part of in the outside parts of the CBD. You have to catch some trains and stuff like that. So when you come here, man, it's not a bed of roses. So that's number one. You'll have to find that you'll be paying a lot of little bills here and there. Number two, without any particular order, is that people here pay rent sometimes weekly or fortnightly, every 2 weeks, or monthly. Currently, I'm paying maybe, let me say, fortnightly, every 2 weeks, but we used to pay like every week, and you have to pay your rent every week. Also, before you get a house, guys, if you don't have anyone who is if you don't have a job, if you don't have any means of getting money, it's not easy as well. Okay, you have to apply for houses. And the agents will look at your portfolio or your paperwork, and they will determine if you are the right person to be rented the house. So if you not getting enough money, if you cannot be able to sustain the payments of that house, unfortunately, somebody who is in a more better position than you, who is able to get the house, will get the house, and you'll end up not having a house. Especially if it's your first time. Okay, if you've rented a house, there's some records, and for some reason, maybe the agents are the ones who give you, come on, leave me alone, man. Agents are the ones who are people who are responsible for the houses, not the landlords. So there's somebody who owns the house, and then they'll give it to the agents who manage the house. So if you're coming and looking for a house, these are the people who will be dealing with you directly, not the landlord. Okay, so that's number two. Finding a house here, man, it can be very tricky, especially if you're coming from overseas and you just arrived. You don't have any job, you don't have any pay slips in the last 3 months or whatever, 2 months. They will not trust you, man. Unless you move in with somebody else's name under your name, and then who has been here and is renting you know what I mean. Sometimes you can play around it, but it's not easy. Okay. Number three, guys, this place can be really cold. Okay, I don't want to talk about the hot parts first of all. I want to talk about the cold. Okay, when I came here around March, and it was around, let me say, I think it was summer. Okay, or it was towards the end of summer, and my goodness, it was beautiful because it was hot. Okay, it was beautiful. I like the heat, and it wasn't that much. Okay, apart from a few days, and I was like, oh, this is so beautiful, and I didn't need a jacket. Okay, but then winter comes, which is around May, June. Okay, this is the time winter starts, and I think winter here is pretty long. Okay, for somebody who's coming from under the equator, where the coldest will be, maybe, I come from Kenya, so excuse me, the coldest will be maybe 17, 18, I think. I might be wrong, but I think that's the coldest, 18. But here sometimes it gets to maybe 1, okay, in winter, or sometimes at the middle of the night, maybe around 1 in the morning, it's almost 0 degrees. Anyway, what are you doing outside at 1 in the morning? But 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, if you're having an early shift, it's really cold here. It can really get cold, and I think the coldness is pretty long. Okay, so it starts from around end of May, mid-May. I'm not sure. April is not that bad, but end of May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and then till November, then it starts to warm up. Autumn, all right, it starts to warm up. So when you're coming here, just remember that you have to make sure you carry enough jackets with you. If you if you're first time coming to this country and you're coming from Africa, Africa is pretty hot. Or if you're coming to a place where, as you know, like the weather is pretty nice, here it gets really cold, okay? And it can be really a long periods of cold. Number 4, if I'm correct, when it comes to hotness here in summer, it can also get really hot. As you can see right now, it's 8:15, and I'm feeling it's still hot. It's pretty hot. Sometimes it gets to almost 35, 37. Yeah, like this last week was 37, and it was really hot. And for some reason, I don't know if it's global warming or whatever, but this year hasn't been that hot, okay, compared to other years. Because if you watch TV on the news, you'll be seeing that there'll be a lot of fires in the forest, okay, bushfires, which happen a lot. So you'll find that there's a lot of bushfires a lot here in summer. So, but this, I think God has been really grateful to us. Of course, like we're having a challenge already, which is the pandemic. But then in Australia, like the challenge I think has been taken over by pandemic. So there has not been any bushfires that I've heard of this year and last year. We're talking about 2021 and 2022. Right now, I haven't had anything. Okay, so that's another challenge, man. When you come here, just know that when it comes to summer, man, just be ready. If you don't like the heat, if you are somebody who has any skin issues with the heat, just be ready. When you come here, just know that you're gonna be burning, man. You're gonna be having some heat burns. Okay. Number 5. The people here are really nice. The Caucasian people, it's a first of all, this place is a multicultural place. Okay, it's not like for example, Turkey. I went to Turkey and I went to Edirne. If you've been to Turkey before, and I went to this, like in the countryside in Edirne, and everyone was like, "Whoa, who's this guy, man? He looks so different. He has this chocolate color. Who is this guy?" And you know, sometimes it feels really weird when you go somewhere and everyone is not only looking at you, but they are all staring at you, you know, because of your skin color. Okay, I felt really, that was the only time that I felt like, whoa, you know, you don't need to look at me like that, man. Just stay and or look and just go away. So this place, people here, there's a lot of multicultural culture here. Okay, there's Africans, there's Caucasians, there's Indians, there's Asians which fall under Indians, there's people from all over the world, man, all over the world. And it's a really nice thing, you know. It's a really nice thing when you come to a place where you feel like it's home, but home away from home. Okay, and that's one thing I like about it. And Australian people, they're very respectful people, and they really don't like look at you like, oh, who is this guy? And you know, even if you go to the countryside, there is a lot of love, and you can see it. Personally, I have never experienced any racism here. Okay, I've never, and I'm proud to say that I've never received any. Maybe I have, and I didn't know, but I can tell you 100% I've never had any issue with any racism here. So that's one thing that when you come here, just, you know, take it easy. You might go to places where there's a lot of Asians. You might go to places where there's a lot of Africans. You might go to places where there's a lot of Middle Easterns, and people just, you know, connect to each other, and it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. Where were we? Number 5. Number 6. When you come here, sometimes getting jobs is not that easy, you know, especially if it's your first time you've come here. And it all falls under trust, okay? And I don't blame the people here. It's because even if you go anywhere else, they need to know that, okay, you've been working with this kind of people. So, and people here, they will be like, okay, who is this guy? And where did you work before? If he's overseas, you know, stuff like that. But if you come here the first time to get a job, it's not easy. But once, I might be wrong as well, once you get a job for the first time, you might find yourself going, and someone will be like, yeah, I think I've seen your resume and you've been working with a certain company, and we might look at your resume, call you for an interview, for example, um, and they see how you go from there. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So first of all, it's not easy as a first timer to come here, and it's a pretty good thing. So I think I won't go into much about that, but I think depending on who or what career you're looking at, so you might get something. Where were we? Number 6, number 7. If you're speaking English, or if you're from an English-speaking country and you come here, your chances from A to B are much better, and because it's an English-speaking country. So, and even if you want to do any course, first of all, they will give you like some induction or prerequisite where they want to know if you speak English, or how good is your English, or how good is your maths. For example, I've done few courses here, and first of all, I had to do like an online modules where they need just to make sure that you understand the language and you're able to communicate with the lecturer or the person who is going to be training you. So if you come here and you're speaking English, or if you're coming from a country where they speak English and you find yourself here in Australia, it's an advantage. So don't panic. Just come along if you're planning to come along, and you will find that you'll be able to connect easily. Okay, and it's an advantage, especially if you're coming from a country which is English speaking, or a country which is colonized by British or Britain, and you find yourself here. It's a good thing. It makes your life a little bit easy, because I remember when I went to Israel, they don't speak much English. So if you go to certain areas, they speak Hebrew, you might not really blend in because of the language they are speaking. But if you come here and you're speaking English, you easily flow in and you're able to maneuver through certain channels. So I think that's something that it's maybe should have been on top of my list anyway, to be precise. So give it a shot and see how you go. All right. Number 8. What is number 8? Life here can be fun. Life here can be fun. There's a lot of bike. I love to do workouts and stuff like that. There's a lot of bike lanes if you want to ride your bike. I prefer if you want to do those kind of like biking and stuff in the countryside. In the city, it's a little bit busy, but there's always bike lanes, and people will always respect. Like, people give like 1.5 meters to the people who ride bikes. There's always football fields where you can go and do your exercises here, and they're owned by the public, or by the government, or the federal government, or the Victorian government if you're in Victoria. So there'll always be somewhere you can go and exercise and mingle out with people and stuff like that. It's something that maybe coming from a third world country, we don't have this kind of spaces where you can go and meet people and jog around together, have fun, have coffee and stuff like that. So if you're an outdoor person and you come here, there will be a lot of stuff for you to do out there. So don't panic, and don't feel like I'm just gonna go there and just not have much fun. Okay. The last one and not the least, as a Kenyan, when you come here, you don't expect that close. Yeah, you don't. Sorry, my GoPro always freezes for some reason. I don't know why, because I think it just overheats. So the last one, I was saying that if you're coming from a place like Kenya, when you come here, the social life can be pretty low or down, because people here live in their own houses. Okay, and of course, like when I say their own houses, like their own houses with compounds, and most of the places. Okay, and either you have your own entrance and garage and stuff like that, and you just go in your house and you stay there, and that's it. So, like for example, the public means where I come from, we call them the matatus. You go there and you'll find someone talking to another one. There'll be music playing behind. Okay, there'll be a lot of activities. Okay, there's a lot of social life there. Like it's so people really intermingle, and they know about each other, what's happening. Or even if you're neighbors, okay, you will say hi to your neighbor. Hey, hi John, how are you going today? How was your day? What happened to that job you're looking for? Did you get it? How did you go? And stuff like that. And you know, it's pretty easy going. But when you come here, guys, don't expect that here. Nobody is gonna be saying hi to you on the road when you meet them. Sometimes if you go to the malls or if you go to the shopping center, you will be doing shopping, and then once you're done with the shopping, you go to the cashiers. It's all sometimes self-service, most of them self-service, and you pay your goods and you're done. You go home and you come to your house, like my place where I am now, alone, and that's it. Unless Australians, they love going for club. They like clubbing. Okay, that's the only place where you can go. And sometimes when you go to clubbing, there's no much. Okay, I've gone for one, I think, and the talking to each other, mingling is not that easy unless you know someone. You just can't go there and you just start talking to someone unless you're going there as a group that knows each other. Okay, so when you come here, man, the social life here can be really, really devastating. You know, you'll just be by yourself and alone, unless you are an outgoing person who really wants to meet up with people, and you meet up with them. But the social life here, man, for me, I might be wrong, but for me, and I've experienced this, is unless you know people, you know, unless you want to go out for, you know, to look for people, you know, it's not like back home where you can just meet up. If you go to a place, for example, in a field, or you just see people talking and chatting, and you join in and you just start having fun together. It's not like that. Especially this time with COVID, no one wants to go close to another one. It's 1.5 meters, and that's it. So I think I'll end this with that. So I hope you've learned something, and I hope if you're coming here that I've given you like an overview of the place that you're going to, and just be free when you come here. Just enjoy life, just take it easy, and if things don't work out for you, man, just, you know, pray, and you know, things will work out for you, man. So I hope you've learned something from this little tiny video, and I know it was all over the place, but I'm thinking maybe if somebody watches this, he'll be like, oh, at least I know something. Or if you have any questions, just let me know on the comments below, and I'll get back to you, and maybe I'll learn something from you as well. So otherwise, if you not heard what you're looking for or what you wanted to hear from me, I think we have that guy called the Google, and you can ask him a lot of questions, and he might answer you, sometimes accurately, sometimes not accurately. So yep, that's how I'll end it. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know where I need to improve and stuff like that, and we'll see where we go. Apart from that, adios.